Good evening and welcome back to Sense of Science. We are doing the chapter ecosystem and we move on to a quite an important and a very interesting, actually I would say, topic, which is a pond ecosystem. Now a pond ecosystem is given in your NCERT class 12 biology in the topic ecosystem structure and function. Now after understanding the structure and functioning of the ecosystem, it is an illustration which explains how a pond can actually become an ecosystem. Now in case you have not watched the part of this chapter in which I have given structure and functions of the ecosystem, which I will be uploading soon, okay, so you will just go and watch that first so that you can understand which are the basic structures of the ecosystem. An ecosystem has four major components, which is productivity, decomposition, energy flow and nutrient cycling. And the major components it has are biotic, which are the living components, and abiotic, which are the non-living components. Okay, so this I have explained in my introductory video of this chapter, so you can understand it from there and then come and watch how a pond ecosystem satisfies all these criteria. Now if I talk about a pond, it's a very shallow and still water body which we see in many parts of the country, many parts of the world, etc. Alright, so if I talk about the major components of the pond ecosystem, let me first discuss the abiotic components. I'm sorry I have written them in this order, but I will be discussing the abiotic components, which are the non-living components, first. The abiotic components in a pond ecosystem will include your soil which is there, okay, the kind of soil which is there, the minerals which are there in the soil, so I will write the minerals which sustain the crops and the vegetations in the aquatic environment. There are many underwater vegetations as well. Water, the most important, aquatic ecosystem is made in water only. Oxygen is dissolved in water because water is made up of H2O. Okay, so I'll have oxygen as well, which is sustaining the life and will include all the abiotic components of the ecosystem. Biotic will include mainly the producers, it will include the consumers, and it will include the decomposers or the detritivores, they are also called, of the ecosystem. Producers are those components of the ecosystem which make food, produce the food from sunlight, which is the ultimate source of energy. So for producers in a water ecosystem generally will include phytoplankton. Phytoplankton are the microscopic plant species, algae, floating species, floating plants, bryophytes. Bryophytes depend on water for completing the life cycle, and some amount of submerged plants as well. They have chlorophyll in them, and that's why they are capable of photosynthesis. Okay, and that's why they can make the food and they are called producers. The consumers will include the zooplankton, the smallest species, zooplanktons of the aquatic system, the fishes, water insects, okay, and large mammals, large amphibians and reptiles, I can say amphibians, reptiles, etc. are your consumers who will consume the food from the producers. Who will be the decomposers? Again, decomposers always are your bacteria and fungi and some other microbes which are actually converting the dead and decaying remains and the excretas of these two into again inorganic matters once again and helping in nutrient cycling. So these will include fungi, bacteria. In case if you are having any doubt with these terms, I will definitely soon come up with a video explaining you all the levels of an ecosystem as well. Producer, consumer, decomposer, etc. Okay. The NCERT is very well explained, so please go through that as well for your reference. Okay. Now, if I talk about the components of an ecosystem, which include number one, productivity. Okay. So I'll write the components of an ecosystem include productivity, decomposition. In the introductory part of this chapter, you will find these terms explained. Energy flow, a special detailed video is made on energy flow as well. Nutrient cycling, again I have made videos on nutrient cycling as well. Okay, you can see them in the playlist of ecosystem class 12. Fine. Now let us try to understand how each of the 4 steps are happening in this pond ecosystem. Productivity is the rate of production of food, which is absolutely fulfilled by these producers. So I am fulfilling productivity, so I'll write 1 here. The first component is fulfilled by the producers. Okay, the consumers are producing this consumers are eating this food. Okay, the food from the plants is going to the animals, the consumers, the small consumers, the large consumers, etc. And what is actually happening? The flow of energy is happening, because when food transfers, food carries energy, and when food transfers from one type of organization to another type of organization, it is actually a transfer of energy. In my video of energy flow, you will understand this concept in much more detail. Okay, so please watch that for your reference as well, and do give a thumbs up if you like it. Okay, so that means component 3 is also verified. Now let's come to component 2. When the decomposers will die, when the producers and consumers will die, or when they will excrete their fecal matter, those will contain some amount of these food remains. Undigested, unabsorbed food remains will be there. Those will be converted by these decomposers to inorganic minerals and nutrients once again. So hence these decomposers here, the fungi and bacteria, are undergoing this process of decomposition. So the process 2 is also fulfilled. What about nutrient cycling? Nutrient cycling also involves water resources in a big way. I told you just now that these decomposers are converting the organic food material, organic matter, to inorganic matter, which are basically your minerals. And thus they are helping in nutrient cycling, and part 4 is also obtained. There are many nutrient cycles. The water cycle, of course, the biggest one. Water cycle, which cannot happen without water, of course, from its name. Carbon cycle, the sea cycle. All of them are involving water in some way or the other. I have emphasized on carbon cycle and water cycle as well in my videos. Water cycle I haven't made till now, but I'll soon come up with that as well. So hence the nutrient cycling is also happening in the environment. Okay. Fine, so hence we can understand that the pond, which is a simple shallow water body, maybe deep also in some cases, as we have seen, will be a complete ecosystem which has both the type of components in them and all the major functioning processes in them as well. Okay, so this is the functioning unit, F unit. The functioning unit of the ecosystem is maintained here as well. Now I am feeling actually you may have a doubt with flow of energy. I have not emphasized much on flow of energy right now. I have a complete video on it, so please watch that and you will be absolutely clear with flow of energy. Definitely, I am guaranteeing you that. Okay, so please do that as well. So with this we close the class for today on a simple story that how pond becomes an ecosystem. And you never know, this may be just asked in the board, because there's a huge paragraph of the NCERT it is explained. So you can see the NCERT here. This paragraph of the NCERT is explaining this topic in detail. Fine. So with this we close the class. Please do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.